All right, so kind of how we took a couple losses today. I wanted to go over potentially what could have caused these losses, and potentially maybe like were they just bad trades? Was it just the market? And again, like you don't want to overfit any singular strategy just because you take a couple losses and then you kind of skew your overall results. But you can kind of take learning lessons from this, right? Like even this long that I took today, looking at NAS, I took a
Wait, are you
long.
saying your
Oh, are you guys not seeing this? Oh, you're not. Oops.
screen?
There we go. Go live. There we go. All right, so the long that I took on NAS here was a clear break, right? Still followed all the rules. It just didn't have enough momentum. And again, this news candle happened right here, so that could have also been a cause of a little bit. Even though the news was overall bullish, the market's not always going to give you perfect win rates and perfect follow through. So we did have a little bit of a setback, hit stop loss, then came up, and then I was seeing that it was reacting off this zone in addition to R2, so I was taking a pivot bounce short, and again it was coming about little almost halfway to take profit, and then it just reversed, kind of like the opposite situation that happened here. So looking back at the trade, right, it's clear that the overall trend was still bullish in this trade right here, given that I gave it another chance. Oh, I just messed it up. Given that if I gave it another chance here, would have hit full take profit, and I would be riding the trend instead of trying to take a chance at this pivot bounce here of a reversal of the trend, which was still a valid entry. But I want to see if I could find any ways of improving this. Well, this is where I created these two different indicators. So if you look on the screen here, there's two different ones. So I called this one the wolf trend, right? All this does, this is showing you the current trend, and it will only show the current trend of whatever the candle is. So right now it's bullish, right? And you can see the candle is perfectly rising, right? It's telling us that there is a lot of bullish momentum. And if you go in replay mode, so let me go into current price action for this is NASDAQ. We see that, right? We see there's green here, and I'll explain what the green, amber, and red means on the highlights here. But you can see it's working out, and it has been ever since I just added this to my chart. It's been showing this. There was bullish momentum. And the cool thing is it'll show the last candle on top where there was clear bullish momentum. And then if the trend ever shifts, telling us it's going to go from a bullish trend to a bearish trend, then it will start painting the candle that's making that shift, right? So like in this case, this is actually a cool live example. I didn't even mean to do this. So this would have been a potential, not really a pivot bounce, but we're breaking down from that R2 that we just created for today's session, right? And we're on the 15-minute time frame looking at market structure. So if you see this, and if it say this was back in market open, we would actually potentially take this short. We would take that candle close. This is a little too far off actually from being an exposed stop loss, but even this candle here broke down. Even this candle here broke down, right? And this could have caused us to get faked out. Again, I didn't even mean for this to happen. I was just clicking replay mode and you've seen this. So it still says we're in a bullish overall trend. And even though these candles are looking like it's going to break down, obviously I went into replay mode and we know what's about to happen. So that hit full take profit, but it caused this huge wick here. I mean, I don't even know if this was a manipulated wick. I don't know. This is a crazy moment in time. But in most markets, this would have gotten us stopped out. I mean, I don't know what this huge...
Quick question.
What's up?
So let's say, for example, I had my TP right where you have your cursor there. Like I put in the coordinates and everything. I would have hit TP though, right?
Yeah, this would have hit TP, but I guess this is kind of a bad example because I have absolutely no idea what happened in the market like about an hour ago that caused this ginormous wick here. But here, let's go back in time of that pivot bounce, that I took a loss on. We can see how this could have actually potentially saved us. So we took a pivot bounce off of the 5-minute time frame. Where was it at? Right here. So we took a short right here and got stopped out. So let's go into replay mode at that candle. So this candle was still telling us the trend was overall bullish. Okay, so then boom, candle closes, still says bullish, right? So now updating the overall plan, this would kind of go against the rules because we're still trading against that huge bullish momentum. Now, if it said bullish over here and it didn't paint any of these candles as a bullish candle, this could potentially be reversing and this could be a potential valid bounce. But now that using how I coded this, literally using market structure, price action, a couple momentum indicators, and the overall trend of the market, like, again, this took me like 4 hours to make. It's now telling us, and you're seeing this real time, that the overall trend is still bullish. And again, I'll go over the highlighted areas here in a minute and show you why that's important. Look at this. And again, I can't make this up. I literally just click replay mode and it's doing it real time. So we would still be trading against the trend. It never once shifted bearish. Still saying bullish. And there we go. We got stopped out. So this actually could have, again, hindsight's 2020, but this is why I'm happy taking today's losses, because it came to something that's actually really dope that I'm really excited about. But now let me get into this little shaded area and why combining both of these with the overall trading system of how we trade is so effective. So without even looking at the chart, how many people we got in here? We got Sebastian, we got Cell, we got No Chains, Ben, Snipey. I'll ask one of you guys a question, see if you can get it. Without even me telling you what these shaded areas mean, what do you think they mean by looking at this chart? You see price was, I'm not even going to give any hints. Do we have any takers? Any takers?
Decision?
Kinda. Snipey says volume. Not really. See, this is why this is so dope. I'm really excited about this. So what this shows you is the overall strength of the trend. Again, I literally coded this using market structure, price action, not no, bull crap stuff that's lagging indicators or anything like that. This is literally still using how we trade on the 15-minute and 5-minute time frames and lower time frames. But this is showing us the strength of the overall trend. Okay? So you see how this was green here? This whole green area, and then it turned black. This is telling us right now the trend, the strength of this in this very moment is still strong. Whatever it tells us here is strong. And now it's saying it's bullish, right? So why in the world would I go short here? In, again, hindsight's 2020, but that's why I create these indicators. It's telling us that this bullish trend that the bullish indicator is telling us is strong. So green doesn't mean it's bullish. What green is telling us is that the trend is strong. Whether it's bullish or bearish, it's strong. Amber means it's weak, that the trend potentially could be reversing. It could be correcting. It could be consolidating. Something's happening, right? And then red just means it's ranging. These are shaded areas we do not want to trade in, right? Because we are breakout traders. We do not want to trade inside of ranges. And look what was going on. Look at this. It's literally picking them up perfectly. You got a huge range in price. Price literally moved from, what was this, 23 pips over whatever session this is. What is this? Asian session, I think. I don't know. London session starts at 4 my time. So, yeah, or Australia, I don't know. But this is one of the low volume sessions anyway. So it's telling us the overall trend of whatever would be popping up here is weak. It's ranging, right? It's not, you don't want to trade. And if we go back to Monday, look at this. Here, let me pop up sessions on chart just to make it a little easier to see the sessions of when we trade. Look at this. Wolf Sweet Trend Strength, Wolf Trend. It's the two indicators you all will have access to. Guys, I think this will be a game changer for some of the fake outs. I'm really excited about this. So you can even change the color to like sessions on chart. if you want to. Like here, now looking at this, I could potentially make it like white and turn the opacity down just a little bit just to see kind of the overall border maybe, but still see the colors from the trend strength. And you don't need to keep these on like the trend strength. You can just take a glance at it, right? You don't have to keep this crowding your chart. You can just look at it. Okay, cool. We're still ranging, and then turn it back off. But if you want to keep it on, look, we didn't take a single trade Monday, right? And this is literally doing what we do. The trend at market open right here. So if we go back in replay mode for Monday, so here's 9:30 right here. This is what we would have seen. So it says bullish, right? But the trend is weak. So it's telling us that there is bullish, action, price action, but it's a weak bullish price action. So again, we never took a trade. We didn't take a trade here. I don't know. I don't remember what exactly happened yesterday because this was a candle close. I don't remember the exact reason why I didn't take this trade. Oh, this is the 9:30. Is this the 9:30 candle? Yeah, this is the 9:30 candle. That's why we don't trade the 9:30 candle. So 9:30 candle came and went. Now it's telling us with the red shaded area, again, it's ranging and it's bearish. Again, we don't care what it says, bearish or bullish, because it's ranging, but it is cool to see that this huge bearish candle happened and it told us. Look at that. See, look, it said bearish here. Next candle, dumped. Bearish. And then if it changes from bearish to bullish, it'll tell us, but it's still saying bearish. It turns green just a little bit. Or no, I think this is white. I don't know. Okay, there's a green one, right? But it's not in anywhere in our trade parameters. It's just, and again, you don't want to blindly trade off of just the trend indicator, but this will give us a nice confluence when a setup does happen. So now it's saying bullish, a little bit of a strong trend, but never gave us a setup, never broke above that pivot, and just ranged all day. And you see how the majority of the color is red, right? So even this very small amount of, and again, we're on the 5-minute time frame. It's better to look at the 15-minute time frame to see the overall strength of the trend, and you can even see here. So, and here's another cool thing, guys. Where we trade on the 5 and 15-minute time frame, we use the 15-minute for building market structure, 5-minute for execution. I have made the settings within this work specifically with the 5 and 15. So if you go to like the 1 hour or the 4 hour, you're going to get kind of a little bit of skewed results. Like it may still correlate a little bit, right? But it's not going to be as accurate because I tailored it to the 5 and 15-minute time frame. So you see how this is kind of inaccurate? Like we're on the 4 hour right now, and it's saying that this is a ranging market, but it's obviously going up. Like you're going to get skewed results because I made this super specific to scalping. I didn't make this for higher time frame trading. So that's another really cool thing I did with this, where it's not just a cookie cutter indicator that just can be applied. Because right, if you can be applied to anything, you're not specific. And I like being very specific with what I'm building here. And we're day trading, we're scalping. So I want to be very specific on how we do this. So again, this never met our setup on Monday. Now let's go to a day like Thursday, just last week. That was a good trading day. You can even see here, this was a trade. So if we go to Thursday, let's go back to 9:30 here. Okay, so we can start to see right before market open, the strength was green, meaning it's a good trend. It's not meaning bullish, it's meaning it's a strong trend. And then if we see the strong trend, we look at the little indicator. Is it telling us is it bearish or bullish? So right before market open, we see that the overall trend is strong in a bearish trend. Okay, so then it comes up, turns bullish just for a little bit, but we don't trade off the 9:30. And again, this will be skewed at that 9:30 candle. It's just a bunch of volume, and the only thing the indicator knows is what the market's doing. But we know that 9:30 candle is very deceiving. So it comes up. It's turning bearish. You see that? It's turning bearish. It's turning green, telling us that, again, this is still a strong trend because it even said bearish here and that it was a strong trend. So we already can kind of have an idea that it is bearish. Okay, so there would be our entry candle. Boom, take the short. Again, 25.50. Nothing changes with the risk management. We can see that it is a for sure bearish strong trend. We got a green background. And take profit. And it's bearish the entire way. All the candles were still highlighting bearish. So that's the indicator. And also, if you want to change the colors or anything like that, you can go to Wolf Trend Suite. This is the indicator. This is the strength one, the one that's creating the background. If you want to make it different colors, you can. Right? You can turn them on and off. You can make them whatever. If you want to associate a weak or a ranging market to a different color, you can. And then for Wolf Trend, I didn't add really too many settings. These are just some of the lines, but don't pay attention to that. You can just turn them off. And you can have the label on and off if you want. But again, you don't have to have these on. Like, again, you can just use these as a glance. For like, if you see an entry coming up, you can turn them on just to like, again, have an added confluence, just like I do with my True Bar indicator. And actually, I'm kind of curious, if I turn on my True Bar indicator as an additional confluence, so we see a partial bear bar here come back up. Okay, but still, you can get the idea. And this is just one trade as an example, but yeah, so that's the indicator. That's how to use it. Use it as confluence. Again, nothing's like meant to be blindly traded by, but you can see, I mean, even then there was a huge bearish candle. It even said there was a bearish trend. It kept on going. So I'm just sitting here thinking, right, this could even be another additional idea where if we want to have trades that have the potentiality to trail, we know that the strength is still strong. We know that it is a bearish trend, so a strong bearish trend. So you could even, I mean, I'm just testing this out real time. Let's say this was our stop loss.
I was just gonna ask about that. Like, if it would be cool to use that. Like, if it goes to your TP, if you want to trail it to see and just test it out like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm literally just I'm just thinking of that. So then you could literally just trail it, say, okay, cool. I'm cool putting it here at the pivot point now. It's still bearish. Let's keep it going. Okay, cool. If I hit profit, boom, I would have hit profit there. And you could have squeezed out, what, an additional 20, 30 pips right there, depending on where you put your stop loss. So, yeah, that's another cool possibility. Any questions?